the catcher or the pitcher put his foot on that base. Okay, we'll never see it for a foul. Okay, so if that first baseman stays on the line, it's right on the line, you go here, and then you loop way over here. Okay, get 4 steps this way. But if you go 1 step this way to take it and foul, you're never going to see whether or not the pitcher touched the base. Same thing goes for the first baseman. Okay, now the first baseman is a lot more likely to just step on the damn thing because it's going to be out by a lot more. Okay, so will you get away with it? Yeah, you'll get away with it because the play's going to be obvious. But Stevie Wonder's going to get that play right too. Okay, that ball to the first baseman, we got to take it in fair somewhere. If he's right on the line here, then you take 4 steps this way. Make sense? Questions? Yeah.
I had one occasion last year where it got through the right fielder, and he tried to throw the first.
Throw behind?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you better have your what? Hand on the ball.
Yeah.
Because if you're running like this, you'll see him charging in and start doing this, and you'll go, holy shit, there's going to be a play back here, and you won't run to second.
Yeah, that's why I had to back up right away because it was a hard shot there. So that's the right.
Yeah,
keep to stay back.
Yeah, know what you. Well, it's not necessarily the best thing to stay back. I'd rather you get on your horse and get inside.
Okay.
But self-preservation is a good thing too. But the right thing to do would be to start driving it at 120 and get in here.
Okay.
That's where we want you to be for that play. Again, we're going to umpire the rule and not so much the exception. Okay? And that play coming here is the exception, but it's one that's happening more and more frequently. I'm seeing it a lot in summer leagues where guys are just screwing around and they want to do something cool. But you know what? They're screwing around and doing something cool could put me in a position where I get hit in the back of the head and I don't want to be there. So we see that ball hit hard to right field. Let's get on our horse to get inside, pivot, keep our eye on the ball. We'll know what kind of play we have. Anything else? Good. All right, runners on first and third. We start in the which position? B position. Good. What's our checklist? Double play. Good. Balk. Good. Steal and pick off. Okay. Oh, and rotation. When are we going to rotate? When what happens? Well, no. When will the rotation kick in? Yep, you got a clean hit into the outfield. Rotation happens here. Okay? Plate umpire, what are you going to say when you begin to rotate? Or let's back that up. How many times are you going to communicate as a plate umpire on a rotation? A, once. B, twice. C, 3 times. Not how frequently, not what percentage, but during one rotation. You're going to rotate, you're going to communicate twice. You're going to communicate twice. You're going to say, as soon as you recognize that that ball's a clean hit, and you had a runner on first or first and third, you're going to say, I've got third if he comes, and you'll repeat it. That's your first communication. I've got third if he comes, I've got third if he comes. Now when the play develops, and the play is what plus what? Ball plus runner. When a play develops, now we're going to communicate for our second time, I've got third, I've got third. Okay, 2 communications per rotation. And then if he keeps coming, hey asshole, I've got third. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Using a name.
Yeah, using a name is always a good trigger. We talked about that last week. All right, so nobody's on, or even if somebody is on, that you're in the middle, that ball's hit, what do you do? Yeah, right. Well, sorry. You got to run around first. Ball's hit. What do? Step up, turn, face the ball. Every time. Don't be like our friend at the beginning of the list here. Okay? On a pickoff, I couldn't find a good video. They're hard to find because our pickoffs in 2-man are different than anything else, and most of the time we have video. It's not 2-man, and also most of the time there's video and there's a pickoff. Where's the camera go? First base. Okay, so key on a pickoff. What's the biggest key to getting your pickoff calls at first correct? Stepping and turning is absolutely the wrong answer. Stepping towards the 45-foot line is the wrong answer. The biggest thing, okay, first, agree or disagree, this place sucks. Yeah, it really sucks. Okay, why does it suck? Yep, you're looking at asses and elbows, and you don't have a lot of what? You don't have a lot of time to make up for anything. You got to do a whole bunch of stuff, okay? So, you don't have time, and you're going to be looking at asses and elbows. What I mean by that is looking not at the wedge, but through the back of the play, okay? So, our biggest key is not the step, because the step we take is marginal at best. Our key is our starting position, okay? You got to be 50-50 between the cutout at second and the dirt circle of the mound. Exactly in the middle. If you are too far back, you won't see it. Your step won't be enough. If you're too far forward, you're like, oh, I'm going to get these pickoffs. I'm too far forward. Well, now the bastard steals. And you're out of position for that play. Okay? So you got to be 50-50. Directly in the middle between the dirt and the dirt. All right? That way, when the steal happens, we can open up and take our play into second, get several steps and get close enough. When the pickoff happens, we can take one hard step. Okay? So I'm here. First base is over there. One hard step and a lean towards the 45-foot line. So your target for your step is right there. Okay?
That's what I was saying when I said a step and turn and step and square.
Right. Well, what
So you're by coming in,
my point is,
you're not seeing as much ass going back.
my point is that your step here is only gaining you about 3 feet, where your starting position, if your starting position isn't right, your 3 feet isn't getting you anything.
You adjust your starting position.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Right or left hand.
Nope. Don't adjust it for anything. Because any adjustment I make is now screwing me on a close play to get a marginal look at something else.
More people just does most position deep than anything else.
Absolutely. If you're too deep, you're done. If you're too deep, you're done. But if you're too shallow, you're done on a steal.
Not really.
Yep, nope. So laterally, you want to be straddling a tangent line between the point of the plate and the dirt circle. So if we put a line right there, one foot would be on one side of the line, the other foot would be on the other side of the line. Okay? And the next key is be set. If you're still moving when that play happens, you're lost. You lost. Okay? So that's why it's got to be one step. It's got to be a hard step. Okay? And your plate guy's got to help you out a lot with blocks. Questions? Okay. Double plays. These are fun. So we talked a little bit about footwork, right? We talked a lot about footwork when we were in the gym at MCC, so if you missed out on that, then you're going to be behind the 8 ball for your double plays. But are double plays always double plays? What I mean by that is which play is usually closer? The front end or the back end? The play at second is the front end, the back end's the play at first. Back end is usually closer, right? But do we always get the front end? No, we don't always get the front end. What sort of screwed up things can happen on the front end of a double play? Follow the ball, get to pull off the bag on the pivot, interference, that's a huge one. Neighborhood play, yep. Drops it pulling it out of his glove, okay? Whole host of things can go wrong there. And it's a world of hurt when you start assuming that front end. So how do we adjust it? Adjust for that? When the ball's hit, what do? Step up, turn, face the ball. Okay, which is probably going to be at the shortstop or second baseman, right? For a double play. Okay, good. Now we got to be set to where for the first play? Set to second. So when the way to get there quicker is to read that infielder's feet. Okay? We can't read his mind of where he's going to throw it, but we can read his feet. So if he's going to throw to second, his feet are going to go to what? second base, right? So we can read that. As soon as we know that, our head stays on the ball, but our feet go to the base, right? So we're going to be set for that play. Now we're set for that play. We got to get where? We got to get over to first somehow, okay? So we got to anticipate it a little bit. We're going to anticipate it by taking a drop step to get us towards first, but our head's going to stay where? On the ball at second base. So now when shit happens, we saw it, right? Okay? So, what are the things that can happen? Drop ball. He misses the bag. The runner just beats it out. Yeah. Okay? Or interference. Okay? On the interference right here, so we'll tackle the interference. Hang on. I take that back. We're not going to tackle the interference first. We're going to go back to some video. So we saw the one interference. Here's one going wrong. Do the jingle. Anybody work for State Farm here? No? It's too bad. Jake? Okay. So hang on, before we start. Runner that, first and second. We've got one out. It's bottom of the fourth. St. Louis is up 5-0. No Red Sox on this one. First and third, yep. What do we got going on? What are we thinking? Base umpire, you're in the B position. Good. We're considering what could happen here when the ball's hit. What do we need to signal to my partner? It's first and third. So we got first and third. We have a rotation. So we're looking on a base hit through. We're going to rotate. Okay, that's what we need to signal. Base umpire, you're thinking what things might happen here. Double play, because I told you that was going to happen. Steal. Force play slide rule on the double play with interference. Good. Pick off. Yep. So here we go. Let's watch this play again. Third to first move if we have a lefty. Good call. Or a righty. Sorry. That was a lefty. This guy's a lefty, so he's definitely going to cheat. What kind of ball do we have? Ground ball. See how quickly we saw that less than a second. You already recognize it's a ground ball to the left side of the infield. Okay? That's awesome. We gotta continue to read our plays that quickly. That's what we need to be. Okay? Okay? So now, would we be able to take this step here that our umpire is taking? No, we would not. Why? Because we have to get ourselves set up for what? The back end. Okay? But he has the luxury with three of his friends there to do this. So good. Look at him. What is his relationship to the ball? Just the ball. And he's about to get his feet ready for what? We'll play it second. Awesome. Row. He's out. He pulled it out. Okay, so his wording there was he's out, he's pulling it out. Okay? And he's pulling it out, not he's pulling it out. Okay? He's pulling it out. Does it get an argument? Not yet. Runner just kind of went, yeah, okay. But here's Matheny. Hey, I think Matheny's saying, hey, I think he didn't have that ball. What do we got here? Boom, glove. Oh yeah, his hand. Yeah, he's pulling it out. That's good. His hand is in the glove. Oh, let's look at it from this way. Ruh-roh. Okay. Is there any chance in hell that our young friend here is going to get that play right? No. Is there anything he could have done differently in order to get that play right? Nope. Well, develop X-ray vision, but that's about it. So we're kind of screwed. He did everything right, and he still got it wrong. Does that happen in baseball? Yep. All the time. Does it happen as many times as we tell ourselves that it happens? No. Yeah, get help from the center fielder. That's a good idea. Absolutely not. There's nowhere he could have. There's nowhere he could have been. Because where you want to be in foreman, where you want to be is glove side, because you want to see the ball go into the glove. Okay. Same with 3-man. You want to see the ball go into the glove. I'm going to Al first.
Real quick on that play though, the ball was never in his hand. So
Right,
how
but
can you say he's pulling it out if the ball's never in his hand?
is the microphone touching my hand right now?
But I'm talking about when it's out of the glove.
Right. Watch it from his angle. Watch it from his angle. You got nothing. There's nothing you can do.
I'm just talking about when he pulled, anytime it's a shortstop, when you pull it out and you drop it, pulling it out, the ball's in your hand and then you drop it. When they disconnect, the ball's never there.
No, it could happen here.
The ball's falling out.
I mean, when it comes to pulling it out, I'm not a. Never mind. Yeah.
So now it's our game. It's a high school game, and now the coach comes out and asks you for help.
What is your partner going to tell you?
Because the manager has seen it a different angle perhaps.
That's true.
So now he asks you for help. Now what do you do?
It depends on what you saw. If you saw it 100% that he pulled it out, don't ask for help. If you're not sure what you saw, ask for help. If you know that that ball absolutely he was pulling it out, and when he dropped it, he had a firm secure possession. He had voluntary release. I'm positive. Don't get help. He goes, we got it on camera. Now he runs his ass.
Once he gets the call right, now you got the argument.
Hang on, I can't hear you.
He gets the call right, now you got the argument from the defense. He never had possession, lost the ball on the transfer.
Well, here is what you say. What defines a catch? What defines a catch? Two things. Control is not the correct answer. Firm and secure possession. Voluntary release. If you have paper and pencil and you're not writing this down, you're doing yourself a disservice. Firm and secure possession, voluntary release. This is how you win every catch, no catch argument. This is how you win. Coach, he didn't have, whichever one he didn't have. Okay? On that one, did he have firm and secure possession? Sure. And he caught it. Did he have voluntary release? Maybe, maybe not. Our umpire, is he calling it that he had voluntary release? Yeah. So that argument comes, oh, you dropped the ball, blah, blah. Skip. He had firm and secure possession. He voluntarily released it from his glove. He dropped it out of his hand. What's he going to say? Yes, he did. No, he didn't. Okay? And we're nowhere. So that's how you win every catch, no catch argument. You got to know, did he have firm and secure possession? Did he have voluntary release? If the answer is yes, you got an out. If the answer is no, you don't. And that's a fly ball in the outfield. That's a play at first. That's this play here. So Matheny's argument is, hey, he dropped it. Coach, that was firm and secure possession. He voluntarily released it from his glove. He dropped it out of his hand, so he's out. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. You want to get it to a. You want to get your arguments to a. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. And he said, she said, because then you just end it. Okay. Any questions? So did he get this play wrong? Yeah. Was there anything that he could do about it? Probably not. Do they go to video and challenge this? I don't know. What year is it? Does it matter for us? No, because we don't have it. If they say anything about video, throw them out. Going back to, you I think brought it up, right? Oh, crash. So remember how you said, why do you want to get to, where do you want to get with the 3-man, 4-man? That last view is why you want to get ball side. Because you can see those two. Any questions? Okay. So now you do have one of these messed up scenarios, right, on a double play. How do you signal it? Well, you've seen it, okay? When you've seen it, you probably should have been something like this, okay? About to open yourself up and go to first, but your head's still on the ball, all right? That's how you should have been. So now, he bobbles it, okay? He bobbles it. It doesn't get a throw off. Now you just come out of here, and you come in, say, bobble the ball, okay? Now let's say he kind of bobbles it and touches the base while he's bobbling it, and then still throws it, okay? You're squared to second, you open up, the play happens, say, out. Now you come back, say, you bobble the ball.
Attention.
And notice, where am I going when I'm signaling? Back towards the base, right? Because I'm way more believable if I'm over here than if I'm over here. Okay? So those steps that you take while you're emphasizing, that can save you a lot of argument. Because now you're here, oh, say, and you're standing on second base. Well, I was right here. But you were, no, that's not a compliment. What do you want? Where are we? Okay? So be aware. Don't assume the front end. Okay? Now we talk about interference. Because this is a bastard play. Okay? And again, with two-man, this one totally sucks. This one totally sucks. Alright? So when you're judging interference here, you want to think about, oh wait, hold on. Batter. Okay, so this is interference on a steal. My bad. This is interference on a steal. So this is the one where the batter's here, and he's going to protect his runner, okay, and he swings, and does this, okay? Your question is, did the batter interfere with the catcher's ability to throw out the runner? That's the question. The answer is yes, you have interference. If the question is no, you have nothing. If it's nothing, do you have to signal it as such? Raise your hand if you think yes. Raise your hand if you think no. Raise your hand if you didn't raise your hand. Okay? We're over the room. If it's close, and you say it's not interference, you got to come out with, that's nothing. Why? Because who's going to argue? Your catcher, your defensive manager is going to argue, hey, you interfered with me. That's nothing says, I saw it and he didn't interfere with you. Shut up. Okay? I saw it. It wasn't interference. Don't argue. That's what it says. Do we want fewer arguments or more arguments? Fewer? That should, yeah, right. Well, okay? So, we saw it. We want to eliminate the question. Hey, did you see him lean over the bank? Yeah, we saw it. I saw it. It was nothing. Okay? If it is interference, when do you want to call it? Right now. Okay? Is the ball dead right now? No, it's not. What if we got interference and throw happens and the guy's out? We don't enforce anything. Perfect. We don't enforce anything. But we make a little mental note of who the batter was because he might get one in the ear next time. Okay? So, we see it. We got to know that it's happening. So as a home plate umpire, we got to know when a steal is occurring. Because when there's a steal occurring, that might indicate that we might have interference here. And if we see anything that's marginal, we're signaling. Either that's interference or that's nothing. Jeff?
Here you ignore the term true throw. It's if he impedes
his ability to throw it. Right? Because with the runner's lane, nobody's impeding his ability to throw it.
A runner's lane is they're going dodgeball. Hit him or it's not a true throw. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Because there's nobody interfering here. The interfering is happening out here.
The big play is
Now, if you had somebody stealing home, and now you get someone bumped, that's a different call.
And the big one is a runner going from second to third on the right-handed batter.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If the batter can't vaporize, right?
He's in the batter's box, he gets hit fine.
If he's in the batter's box and he's just standing there, whack. No. Right. Nothing he can do. If he's in the batter's box and he does this, and then Matumbo's in, You might have had interference.
Catcher, now on the second, does he have to throw and make interference?
Does he have to throw to make it the interference? He's got to try. The guy can't be there and he can't go. He's got to do something. He's got to fall over him, hit him. I mean, what I would do as a catcher is I would just, like, hit into the guy.
What if you check from him?
What?
Check, he's right in the way.
He starts to go. It's up to you. Did he impede? Did the batter impede
They
the?
had to throw it.
Did the batter impede the catcher's ability to throw the ball?
But he double pumped, you know,
What if, I mean, what if there's a 4-3 blitz and he drops back and there's right? What do we umpire? We umpire, did the batter interfere with the catcher's ability to make the throw? He either did or he didn't. And that's up to you. I can't tell you if he did or he didn't. I'm not there. You're there. Okay? I'm not there. Did he interfere with his ability? And that's how you win the argument. Coach comes out. Hey, that should have been interference. Hey, he didn't interfere with his ability to make that throw. You screwed that throw up all on his own. Okay?
Matt, what would be the mechanical over your verbal when you do have it?
When you have interference?
When you do have it.
Okay, so boom, interference happens. That's interference. Now the play happens. The guy's safe. Tie! Tie! That's interference. You're out. Or you're out, back to first. Depending on the scenario. And that's a good thing you brought it up, because it depends on what happened, which is why I found this thing. All right. File Rule 7-5 7-5 penalty as the worst worded rule on the face of the mother loving earth. Okay? It's backwards. It's written frickin' backwards. Okay? They put the exception first, and then they put what happens most of the time second. So I'm going to read it backwards. Okay? So you have interference, the ball is dead, the runner is called out. Okay? Interference, ball's dead, runner's called out. Okay? If there are 2 outs, the batter is out. Why? Because it screws the offense more. The batter is out, therefore he can't bat the next time. Okay? If there are not 2 outs, and there's a runner advancing to home, if the runner is tagged out, then the ball remains live and the interference is ignored. Otherwise, the ball is dead and the runner is called out. Okay? When an attempt to put out a runner at any other base is unsuccessful, so this is the rule, right? He throws at second, the guy's safe at second, the batter's out, runner's return. Okay? Batter's out, runner's return. So, under normal circumstances, the batter interferes. Okay? He's out, the runner goes back. If there are 2 outs, batter's out. See what I'm saying? This is bullshit. If the pitch is a 3rd strike and the interference prevents a double play, then fuck them, they're both out. Okay? So, what's it boil down to? Did the batter interfere with the catcher's ability to make the throw?
How long does the batter have to swing?
I don't know. Did he interfere with the catcher's ability to make a throw? Did he interfere with the catcher's ability to make the throw? You see my point? See my point? I'm not going to go over every scenario. Here's the question. Now you apply it. You're all well-qualified umpires in the room. If you weren't, you wouldn't be here. Okay? This is the process of getting well-qualified. Here's the rule. Not the rule, but this is your rule of thumb. If the catcher interferes with his ability, I don't care what he does. If he swings 20 seconds late, if he kicks the catcher, is he Alcantara? If he, calls it a missile strike, I don't know. Did he interfere with the guy's ability to make the throw? If yes, that's interference. If no, it's not. Okay? If it's close, signal it.
This cost the Boston, I know you're a Red Sox, I'm a Red Sox. This cost the
I can tell by your accent.
Now listen, this cost the Boston Red Sox the World Series in Game 6. There was a runner on first, there was a.
I thought that was Buckner.
No, Iverson.
Oh, okay.
Iverson, from Cincinnati Reds bunted, and he took a step back, and you can't. They didn't have instant replay then. Fisk picked up the ball.
They barely had cameras
He
then.
took his glove, they pushed him out of the way, and he threw the.
Yeah, it was a shit show.
They lost game 6, they won, that was the World Series, they were Fisk, that was,
All right.
go on with our training. Go ahead.
Yeah. Story time with Jim.
They use helmets back then?
It was a day game. They hadn't invented fire yet. Okay. Watch our plate umpire. You're out. Maldonado goes, oh yeah, that hurt. You gotta go back. What? I gotta go back? Yeah, they're gonna. Alright, Donnie Baseball's taking way too friggin' long. Boom. Watch it. Oh, there he goes. He's gotta go back. Hang on. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with follow through. It has everything to do with his back foot. The batter's back foot. Watch the batter's back foot. Okay? So now they're having the whole thing, and he probably would have had a better ability to say, look, listen, he interfered with his ability to make that throw. They go, but he was just swinging. He didn't mean to. And your answer is, I don't care. He interfered with his ability to make the throw. He hit him, the catcher's mask hit the back shoulder. On the follow through, he hit his front. Maldonado is clearly happy. Donnie Baseball's doing his job. He should be out there arguing this. If he's not out there arguing it, he's a shitty manager. Okay? It's a 4-1 game in the 8th, so I can't really blame him for not getting too fired up. But it's going to get to a point where this guy's going to get sick of Donnie's shit. Well, not at this point. They're already 3 hours and 25 minutes into this game.
Donnie would win this argument by your
Right. Now that look right there. Hold on. This is the look for the whole thing. Ready? Watch this. Here's the look. Yeah, we're still talking about this. We're still talking about. All right. Are we seriously still fucking talking about this? It's interference, Don. Don, if you keep arguing this, we're gonna have to throw you out. Donk. Right on top of it. That's the way we gotta call all interferences. Right away like that. Yeah.
Alright, no, why was he doing this?
Why was he doing what?
So, yeah, your whole plate up was like that. Are you gonna follow it?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Hang on. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, he got foul tip. Yep, he got foul tip. He screwed twice. That's a strike, and you're out. Yeah, he foul tipped it. So that's even one more additional layer of bullshit to deal with on this play, right? Foul tip. Holy shit! What if he check swings and then interferes? Well, it doesn't matter because he's out. So, all right. So. What do we got to be doing? We got to be tracking that pitch all the way in. We got to be aware of when a steal happens. Because when a steal happens, worlds of hurt occur. Yep. What's that? Both 1-1, yeah, I know. So let's say it was 2 strikes and he was out. Who else would have been out? Batter also would have been out. It was strike 3. And he's over. Donnie's probably a little more heated now.
So every time they're 2 outs,
Yes. Alright, here's another one. This one's from AAA. Okay, here comes the steal. Safe at second. Hold on, let's see what happens in a second. All right, so this is on the double play. All right, so what's the rule say? What's our rule say? Keeping in mind that our rule is different from their rule. Their rule is you gotta reach the bag. Our rule is you have to slide directly into the bag. Okay? So you get, how big's the bag? How big's the bag? 18 inches? Okay, you got an 18-inch lane, and your ass needs to be within the 18 inches. If you are not within the 18 inches, you've committed interference. Or you can give yourself up. Okay? But if you give yourself up, we're not even talking about interference. Okay? So, let's imagine this is one of our games. Okay? And let's watch where this slide happens. Ready? Is that directly in? No. This is, yeah, directly into the fielder. This is so bad that even they call it with their go-get 'em rule. Okay? Their rule is go get 'em, they still get interference on this. Okay? Who's going to call it? Base umpire calls it. Base umpire has first whack at it. Okay? As a plate umpire, are there provisions for you to get interference on this play? Yes. Would I recommend that you look at it for very hard? No, because you can't see it. Okay? That whole thing where the plate umpire can help out our base umpire on this. This came from lazy base umpires. This came from umpires who didn't know how to do this. Okay? This came from umpires that thought that they were attached by a metal rod and all they could do is this. Okay? If you know how to do this, you can get this right. You can stick with that play, you can see the interference, you can get it, or you can say, he's out, that's nothing, he's out. Okay? Miles, you know this play?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Can you show that again?
Yep. I remember, it was the first RDUA meeting I came to, it was the next meeting after that. Okay? So how do we get it? We get it right away. We get it right away. Boom! That's interference. Because now, how many people are out? Both of them are out. You can expect a circus on this play when you call it. But you know what? Go get it. You know what? Go get this. Call these guys for interference. I don't know, who does the meeting with the coaches? Tony. Tell them we're getting this. Tell them we're getting this. We're getting this. If they go outside the 18 inches, they're fucking done. Okay? We're turning 2 on that every day. Okay? And now we're going to tell them, now it goes on you guys. Go get it. The reason being is when we have shitty slides like that, those get retaliated upon. They're much less likely to get retaliated upon if we call them interference. So if we get the guy out, the other team goes, well, hell, they got the guy out, what else can we do? If we get nothing, and their shortstop gets killed, what's going to happen the next time the other team has a guy on first? Their shortstop's going to get killed. Or the next time that slider comes up to bat, what's going to happen? Yes. Okay. So, plate umpire position. We're going to answer that question and I'll come to you. Okay? Plate umpire, when you get this ground ball, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to come up. You know, mask is going to come off. You're going to clear the catcher to the left. You're going to come out to the infield. All right, in the direction of the ball. Because if that ball scoots through, you've got what? Rotation. You've got to run it first. Okay? So we come up and start going. Now we see, okay, he fielded it. It's going to be a double play. My eyes are on the what? My eyes are on the ball. I'm going to watch the play happen, but I'm going to be moving towards the first base line. Because after the front end of that double play, what do we have now? We just got to play it first. Who said poke foot? You want me about it? What are we umpiring when we go over to the first baseline there? Runner's lane interference. Okay? We've got runner's lane interference on that one. So, you've got to kind of do both things. You're here, you're watching just in case it's interference. I'm moving over here to the first baseline, I'm set for my play. Okay? I'm going to let my partner take first whack. Base umpire, I'm going to let you go and see if you get that interference. If, as a plate umpire, I am 100% certain it was an interference, now I'm going to change it no matter what my partner says, and my partner doesn't get it, now I'm coming up with it. That's interference. But you got to wait a long ass time, because the last thing you want is one guy going, that's nothing, and the other guy going, that's interference. Okay? We can't have that. Al, that happened with me and your brother. It sucked. It really sucked.
You can get that from the plate more easily. I mean, it's a slide through the bag, the guy throws from behind the
Yeah.
bag.
But the
Side to side.
at the end of the day, who are you going to believe? The guy who's 10 feet away or the guy who's 120 feet away? Right? So that's why we want to let our base umpires get this. But base umpires, you have to be able to do this. Okay? I already got my teams.
If you're making that call as a base umpire for interference, are you stopping right there, or are you following it to first base and going?
I would follow it, but it's dead right now. That's interference, time, that's interference, you're out, you're out. Yep.
Real quick, in that situation with first and third,
Yeah, that's
it would
not
only be 2 outs, so the runner goes back to third.
Yes, and that's what happens at the end of this. That's what happens at the end of this. That run that they thought scored, everybody's got to go back. Brandon? Oh, good question. Good question, Al. If the umpire school guy has the question and you have the question, it's a good question. Let's watch it full speed again. Let's watch that first base umpire take that play. See his timing? Did you see his timing? It was pretty awesome. Yeah, that first base umpire is getting the question, hey, he was safe. Well, hey, it doesn't matter.
That first base coach can't leave his box to argue a call with us, though, right?
Correct. I would not encourage him. I mean, if he's going to say something right away, you might acknowledge it for half a second, then tell him to shut up and tell people to turn left. Right. I'm just saying, practically, if he goes, hey, you safe. No, he wasn't. But that's about all you give him. It'd be rude to just straight out ignore
Right
him.
now, he's done, the coach would be seatbelted.
Oh, that's not the first. That's the manager, though. All right, he's fine anyways. Side note, this second base umpire was a former partner of mine for about a month. Secondly, he's a big league up and down guy, so I think he got this one right. It's easy. Boom. Right there. Hey, stop! Right there. Hey, no, he's out. Stop. Go back. If he actually wants to try and argue, and look where Colin is right there. Look where he is. He's right where you need to be. And you know what? I know this is 4-man. I know this is 4-man. But look at how his feet are. No, it's a championship game. Look at where his feet are. Look at where his head is. This is where we should be. We can be in exactly this spot. Okay, even though this is multiple umpires, we can be right in this spot right here for this play. So now it's up to you. Now go do it. Anything else on this one?
Yeah, besides the sliding directly in, you want to watch for grabbing and.
Yep, grabbing,
The 1 foot.
foot above the knee, raised hands. Those are all things that can get you interference.
You said the home plate umpire is clearing the catcher to the left, he's moving out to the plate, and he's watching for runners lane interference on a double play.
Yep,
How are you gonna get runners lane interference
like this.
on a... No. What I mean is, there isn't gonna be, running down the first base line,
Collision.
you're not gonna have interference from that point.
Collision.
Right. All right, runner's lane interference, I thought you were talking like when you got a one play and the guy's running, as you run it inside the line.
They can throw off, they can be a bad throw where he pulls and has to come this way. Yeah, no, I don't know what happened here. If you, there we go, just need to turn on again. So like a bad throw when he comes in, something like that happens, there's a collision, there's a lot of scenarios where it could happen. No, not a pulled foot. Holy smokes.
First baseman was like.
No! That's the base umpire's call!
Hold my finger.
Lance, where are you? Don't give me any games of drill. He's gonna make me do all the work.
Hold my finger.
No, we're not getting pulled foot. We're not getting pulled foot. If the world ends and we miss it, once asked for help, then we give what we got. But we're not looking for a pulled foot there. We are looking for runners on interference. Okay, last is the fun part here, taking place at the plate. And when we talk about taking place at the plate, a lot of the principles apply to taking a plate anywhere. Okay, so when you're taking place at the plate, the principles apply when we're taking place anywhere. All right. So how do we take place at the plate? We got to get to the point of the plate. The point of the plate is the little pointy part, right? Right in the middle, where the two foul lines come together. And we need to back up. So when we see balls hit, and we have multiple runners on, okay, runner in scoring position, we're staying home. The reason we're staying home is because there's going to be a play there. So we see balls hit, we might have a run, back up. Okay, get some distance. Maybe 8, 10, 12 feet. Okay, read the ball, read the runner, read the throw, read the catcher. Okay? All those things are going to converge and a wedge will be created. So if my runner's coming this way, my catcher comes here, as an umpire, I'm going to follow him. Okay? When he catches it, I'm going to come back here, that way I can see it.
Lose the ball.
What's happening?
I'm trying to keep, I'm using the mic mostly for the video. Because my voice when I'm talking, it doesn't show up on the video. But with the amplification, it comes on the video. Because it's a really great camera and a really shitty microphone. Thanks for that. Okay, so catcher moves. He comes here. As an umpire, I follow. So I get in the wedge. Space here. So I'm going to catch it. I'm going to attack. Okay? Catcher's here. Moves here. Follow. That's what it's going to be. Okay? So we've got a whole string of plays to show us this. Here's the ultimate. This is the ultimate. This is everything is being done 100% right by the umpire. Everything is being done really, really badly by all the players. So this is like the perfect storm. If you can get this one right, you know how to take place in the plate. Here comes the throw. See the wedge? Wedge right here. Boom, boom. Catcher moved this way, he followed. Got the wedge. Now there's no play. Boom. Wow. Oh. Wow. How many wedges did he get in? 3, I think you're right. Who? 1, 2, 3. Look where he ends up. Where did he call it from? In front of the plate, right? So, for all those people who said, hey, you got to be third base line extended. Take your plays at the plate, third base line extended. Take your first base line extended. Nope. You take it wherever you need to take it so that you get in the